Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, finally, content for babies. Please save our town, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society saves our town with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. We've got a good show for you today. We're going to be talking about the news from the week, including the strange rollout of Nintendo's short film, Close to You. And then on Thursday, we're talking our favorite Nintendo cities. But Mark, in the meantime, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. I'm doing a little bit of prep for a small medical procedure that I'm having on Wednesday.
Yes.
And in order to do this, I have to have a pretty regimented diet.
Yes.
And
do you have to drink a big weird thing?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I will have to do that. Yeah. But leading up to it, I'm supposed to eat very little fiber.
Yes.
Which means I do this every year. And so it's the one time a year that I allow myself to eat Cap'n Crunch.
Right.
Which I
love. Very low in fiber.
Which I love. It has none. I think it has zero.
I think it's
fiber.
Expressed as a negative percentage.
Yeah, that's right. It sucks fiber from your body. But I love Cap'n Crunch.
Sure.
And so it's and here's the thing. When you're eating low fiber, you're eating really poorly, right? You're not getting a ton of nutrients or anything like that. So I feel terrible for a few days. And eating Cap'n Crunch doesn't help. Because it's not real food.
No.
But
it
do
makes
it
you
anyways.
happy momentarily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A moment of happiness. And then I just
Which,
continue to feel
that's
worse.
all we can ever hope for.
It's
true.
Just
moments of happiness.
I look to the Cap'n.
You and the Cap'n, make it happen. What are we doing? If people would like to support us, they can head on over to patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where, if you're supporting at the 8 or 16-bit levels, you get access to our once-a-month episodes of miniseries like NCS at the Movies.
Yes, where you can look forward to Patrick and I talking about Tron Ares.
Yes, we're going to be doing that this weekend. We know the movie came out last weekend, but we are getting around to seeing it now.
Yeah. Should be a lot of fun to talk about, I think.
I agree.
And but you can also...
What a strange series Tron is.
What a strange series.
Yes.
But you can also check out us talking with special guests about other films that we've seen, like One Battle After Another, The Naked Gun, Superman. I feel like now I just need to list them all.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. And then you also get access to a bunch of other content at all levels of our Patreon, including free. So you should go over and check that out.
Right. And yeah, so go. Yes. As Mark said, check it out. I don't know why I felt the need to tag that with the exact same thing you just said. Speaking of things that you can copy exactly what we just said, head on over to our Discord. You can chat with us. If you're not already in the Discord, email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society
at gmail.com.
We will send you an invitation, and then you can talk about Nintendo with other people who are doing the same basically all the time. Little programming note here is that we believe we are going to be recording our topic episode on Thursday this week.
Yeah, that's right. Normally we record on Wednesday, but like I said, I'm getting a little medical procedure, so it'll be delayed a little bit. We'll be recording Thursday evening, so the episode will come out Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on what time zone you're in.
And depending on what time we finish.
Right, yeah, that's also true.
We could go late into the night.
We could talk about Nintendo cities forever. There's nothing stopping us.
That's true. We'd be like that Dave Attell show. What was it called? It was like a travel show that Dave Attell hosted on Comedy Central.
I have no idea.
Oh man.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay,
yeah. He traveled around to cities and would just go to bars and stuff and comedy clubs. And it was a Comedy Central show in the late 90s.
Keep riffing. I'm looking.
And because it's Dave Attell, he would
Insomniac.
Insomniac.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, now I remember this existing. I've never seen it before, but I remember seeing it advertised.
I think it
on
only
Central.
Came on late at night,
mm-hmm.
which makes sense. You can't watch Insomniac at
2 in the afternoon.
Yes. Yes, that's a mistake.
But yeah, so the episode will be out a little delayed, but you can start your weekend with a little NCS.
That's right. That's right. Mark, we got a couple emails that I would like to address here. First of all, if you would like to email us, you can always do so by sending us a message at Nintendo Cartridge Society
at gmail.com.
I feel like I'm like circularly speaking a lot.
Well, that one was
Tonight.
especially hard because you were
I
trying
said
to avoid
email.
saying
Yeah.
email again. I think you're doing great for doing it on the fly.
Well, thank you. First email we got is from Mark. No, not you. It says, I don't think I've heard you mention it on NCS, but the Street Fighter VI Amiibo cards booster pack and box appeared on the Australian My Nintendo store a couple weeks back. Mind you, this is Australian dollars. It's $100 for a box of 45 cards, 65 in the US, 15 packs of 3. It's a pretty steep price, and if you're not guaranteed to get the 38 different Amiibo cards. What?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
And then I'll
Mark concludes by saying, I may have to reconsider my Amiibo fixation. Who am I kidding? I'm okay. Of course, I'm just going to buy them. Love the show, Mark. Yes, your thoughts, Mark Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so $65 US dollars, 100 Australian dollars
for a box of 45 cards.
A box of 45 cards. How much did you pay for your pack of Amiibo cards?
I think they were 50.
Okay.
No, maybe it was 40. Maybe they were 40. Everything else was yeah, that's right.
And so the thing that is so crazy to me is that you're not guaranteed to get the 38 different Amiibo cards.
Right, that it's like random draws of them.
That they're just like, hey, we're packaging these 3 random packs together and calling it a day.
I don't, and I know that like that's just how like card collection works.
But this feels
different. These are Amiibo,
Yeah.
but I guess that was also true of like the Animal Crossing ones too.
Were those also random packs?
Mark, do you know that I don't know?
That makes two of us.
I never
have
tried
no
to
idea.
collect them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It does. So like, I know that like the card form factor is a common like Etsy workaround for like
sure.
selling
Yeah.
bootleg Amiibos, where like you can get a pack of all of the Smash Amiibo as like cards, or like all the Zelda ones as cards. And so like I always just associate that with, first of all, you get them all because that's what the cards are designed for, right? Like you don't have to have a huge box full of toys, that you can just have these little cards. So yeah, it does feel like a betrayal of the concept.
Well, because when you bought the pack of Street Fighter VI Amiibo,
Had them all in there, yes.
Had them all in there. You
Yeah.
just knew what you were getting. Huh. Interesting.
Mark, I don't think I'm going after the second set of Street Fighter 6 cards.
Do we know, is it releasing outside of Japan? I know we had a news item on it, and
yeah.
I can't remember if the news item was that it was coming out of Japan or not.
Here's the thing. It is so rare for me to not care about an Amiibo or a set of Amiibos that I think you could sense me not caring, and then we just like have not talked about it on the show.
But thank you, Mark, for writing in and letting us know. That's
and then
interesting.
Yes, that is interesting. I'm sorry that you are afflicted with the same Amiibo thing that I have. We should also get a medical procedure this week and see if we can have that addressed. And then we got an email from Kurt. Kurt writes kind of a long email, but we're going to get through as much of it as we can here. He writes, "Hey, ya fellas. A very happy almost 900 episode anniversary. That's true. Our next episode will be episode 900.
Yeah, that's right. The one on Thursday. So thank you, Kurt.
So Kurt says, Kurt here, a.k.a. the voucher guy of yore. Previously, Kurt had written in to ask us what he should use his vouchers on because he just had a couple like sitting out there. He continues, thanks for the recommendations. You convinced me to try out 3 Houses and I devoured it whole. 2 playthroughs and a DLC campaign later, I can confidently say that there's only one path, and that path is, of course, of the Black Eagles and Her Royal Highness, the Flame Empress. Thanks for setting me straight. Now, the Black Eagles, I'm jumping in here to editorialize. Yeah. The Black Eagles, that is not the path that either of us took, right?
Right.
You went Blue Lions, and I was Golden Eagles.
Or Golden Deer.
Golden Deer, you're right. Yes. Yeah, because they're the Black Eagles. And I just love that we can all approach it from these totally different directions.
And also be so loyal to the houses that we chose.
I know.
But yes, I am so glad that you liked 3 Houses. I adored that game.
Let's see. The other two voucher choices were Kirby and the Thousand Kirby. I assume that's Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. I did give Pikmin 4 a fair shake, but the demo didn't quite land for me. And I'll just jump in here to say, like, that's fine. I get it. I get a Pikmin game not working for you. I loved Pikmin 4, but not all games are for all people. But Pikmin 4 was enough to make me say I have to go back and play the first two games, which in turn was enough to make me buy everything Nintendo put out in 2024.
Oh yeah, no, you lost your mind to Pikmin.
I lost my mind to Pikmin. It's still gone. I'm wearing a Pikmin hat as we record. Kurt continues. Having never played Thousand Year Door, but I immensely enjoyed Paper Mario 64. I thought I might as well. So far, I've started Kirby. It's a really fun game, but then UFO 50 came out and I got completely sidetracked. It has basically taken over my Switch. UFO 50, Mark, something I would like to get back to at some point. Did you?
No, I didn't pick it up. It's one of that I had wish listed, waiting for a little price drop.
I think you would have fun. Kurt's got a couple questions here. Or a couple like observations. First is to note that Mark is not alone. For the longest time, I also imagined that the Neki boss from Donkey Kong Country to be a pink/purple flamingo.
Thank you.
It never crossed my mind that it could be a vulture. Well, you know what they say, great minds think alike.
I feel so validated.
Here's the thing. There are no other flamingos in the game.
I know. That's what made him special.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're called Little Neki. And he's called Neki. Second, I would like to give a little backstory on Bagoo, this weirdly named character from Zelda 2. So why Bagoo? What's his deal? Well, Bagoo is just the nearest Japanese approximation of the English word bug. The translator didn't pick this up and translate it literally. So if you call, there's a really weird character named Error with the infamous line, I am Error. Now, what do you get if you combine these two chumps? You get bug and error. It's a little programmer's joke. Which makes sense, but I would also not like to play a game that is like bug and error.
Yeah, it's like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead.
Yeah, sure.
Except of the Zelda universe.
Well, I would like to just see them like glitching through different Zelda games.
Oh, I see.
Third, Jurassic Park for the Super NES.
It's like Interstellar, but of the Zelda universe.
Sure. I guess so. They're not really glitching around in that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I
wonder why that was your touch point for that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't really know.
I don't.
It's almost like Wreck-It Ralph because she's glitching through her own game.
Oh, I see where you're coming from.
Right. It's still not the same thing. Third, Jurassic Park for Super NES. Flippin' rules. Never thought I'd hear anyone else sing its praises. By all accounts, it's probably a badly designed game, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. However, it to me holds a special place. Yes, I love the Super NES Jurassic Park game, and I've talked about it on this show before. And now that we have mouse controls on the Super NES NSO, they should find a way to bring that game over. Though they never will, right?
Life finds a way.
Very good. Thank you so much, Kurt, for the email. Anyone want to send us an email with their notes or observations about previous episodes? Send them over. This is fun. All right, Mark. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week. Okay, before we get into what is kind of the same things that we've been playing for the last couple weeks, I just wanted to note that there is a very interesting strike through in our show notes here.
Yeah, and I have listed Super Mario Galaxy 2 because I've been playing that, and then I also have listed Dragon Quest III HD 2D, and there's a strike through on it, which Patrick found very interesting. But it's just because I didn't want to forget to mention that I've been playing a ton of Super Mario Galaxy 2. It really got its hooks in me.
Yeah.
And so all weekend, I was like, I've got to get back to Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Because it's a game that if I neglect it, I know
you'll forget.
The further I'm away from it, the less likely it is that I'm going to pick it back up. And so all weekend I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to do, because my husband was out of town. And so I just had...
You're having a little bachelor weekend.
I did a little bit, yeah. And so of course I spent it playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 and
That's
eating
what
Cap'n
I mean,
Crunch.
yeah.
And so yeah, like I would be like beating a star and then I'd be like, okay, or I'd like earning a star. And be like, okay, I after this, I'm going to turn on Dragon Quest 3. I'm just going to put a little bit of time into it. But I just couldn't do it. A new comet would appear, and so there'd be like, a new special star that had opened up that I wanted to go unlock.
And, oh man, when those Daredevil comets show up and you're like, "Ooh, I just played this level and now I have to do it faster." Like, I have to do this now. If I don't do it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, even though it's very easy to get extra lives in the game,
Yes.
if you like save and exit, when you come back,
those
starting
lives are gone.
Yeah, those lives are gone. You're starting from scratch. And so I'm like,
a system I've never understood.
I don't really get it either.
Why bother having lives if they don't carry over on your save?
I really feel like that's something that Odyssey handled so much better, where it just like takes away 10 coins or whatever when you die. Yeah, I don't really get it either. I don't know if it's supposed to like balance the difficulty somehow or something. I don't really understand the incentive for doing it that way. But anyways, that. Again, it's very easy to get extra lives in Super Mario Galaxy 2.
And basically no consequence from losing all of them.
Right, yeah, exactly. But for that prevented me from wanting to like save and turn it off and all that kind of stuff. I'm just really having a great time with Galaxy 2. It's so much fun. I finally got to the point where they introduced the storybook.
Oh, cool.
And the way that it's done is like, I can't remember what Rosalina's deal is in Galaxy 2. Like, but she's not in it very much. Like, you get letters from her addressed to like the Luma that's with you.
Right.
And then in, I guess, like minor spoilers for the experience of Galaxy 2 on Switch and Switch 2, when you get to the 4th Galaxy, I think it's the 4th, maybe it's the 5th, is when they introduce the storybook, and it's just sitting. Do you remember there's like that little like power plant area on Spaceship Mario where they show the different power-ups that you've like experienced? There's just a chair in there that the book is on. Yeah, and
so you have to read it? Because in Galaxy 1, she's reading it to the Lumens.
No, it's just like you press A when you're near the book, and then it shows you the different chapters you can choose from, and then it starts showing. It just goes through the chapters. And I've only unlocked 2 chapters. Looks like there's space for a bunch, but I've only unlocked 2 so far. It's been a long time since I played Galaxy 2. I still think I mentioned last week that when I tried to play the first Galaxy as part of 3D All-Stars a couple of years ago, the water controls just did me in.
Doesn't like swimming.
And I still think that the swimming controls in Galaxy 2 are really bad. Like, I do not like being in the water, and sometimes the physics is really wonky. There was one planet I was on that was kind of like a tropical island. There was a Pianta, which made me very happy. I forgot they were in this game.
I forgot they were in that game too.
Yeah, there is like one lone Pianta on this island, and then it's surrounded
the lone survivor.
And then there's like water.
Isle Delfino.
And in the middle of the water is like a sphere that has a like bulbous top. Kind of looks like a round Christmas ornament with like a bulbous top and a trampoline on there. And the combination of the camera and the physics, it was just like 5 minutes of fighting it, trying to get it to do the thing it obviously wanted me to do. So the game sometimes just gets caught in these weird states where the physics just don't quite click for whatever reason, and you either have to just like leave and come back, or just like fight
just
it, like
muscle
I did.
your way through it.
Yeah,
it's so interesting that like the game has all these different centers of gravity, and like you are literally jumping between planets. It's a miracle that it ever works.
Yeah, it really does, like 95% of the time, flawlessly.
Yeah. Anything else about Super Mario Galaxy 2?
I don't know that I'm ever going to get back to Dragon Quest 3. I want to, though, but I'm just having so much fun with Galaxy 2.
It's hard to argue with having fun with a Mario game, right? I'm still playing Super Mario Galaxy 2, but in a much more like, when I want to wind down, I will like turn it on and like get 2 stars or something.
Are you playing the second one or the first one?
No, still just the first one.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't play it when it re-released on 3D All-Stars, so I'm just very slowly making my way through it and having a very fun time. But most of my gameplay time is, of course, devoured by Hades 2. which I'm not going to like keep like recapping my progress. Other than to say that last week over the weekend I got my first Chronos kill. Killed Chronos for the first time this weekend. And was like elated over the moon with that experience.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. I did it again today.
Oh, very nice.
And I've done more exploring of the surface, and every time I play the game, I am discovering some new like dimension of it where I'm like, oh, this is part of this. Or like, oh, this is a romanceable character, or like, oh, like I should have intuited that there are different aspects to the weapons, because there are different aspects to the weapons in the first game, but like they're big enough differences to each of the weapons that they feel like new weapons. So that's been super fun to explore. And I'm encountering gods that I hadn't encountered. I met Icarus on the surface. Didn't even know that was like a component of this game. Turns out you can romance the guy. I don't know. It's the game is enormous, and I know everyone knows this about Hades and about Hades 2 in particular. But it's great, and I am just kind of thinking about it all the time.
I mean, we will talk about it more in news, but Mina the Hollower was delayed from releasing later this month, and I don't know. It feels like in some ways that's
kind of a good thing.
Good timing for you.
For me in particular, because when Mina comes out, I know I'm going to want to play a lot of it. But like if it's competing against like a still fresh Hades 2 in my head, I don't know that it stands a chance.
Because I know romancing was part of the first Hades game, right?
Yeah.
How does romancing work?
It's pretty straightforward. It's really just that you like give nectar to you can give nectar to basically any of the characters that you interact with to improve your relationship with them, and then like you just have to like break through other barriers with the romanceable characters, either by talking to them a lot or giving them gifts. And it's not really like if you set your mind to romancing one, you can't like fail at it. And if it's anything like the first Hades, romancing someone to a point does not lock you out of any of the other romance options. In the original Hades, you could romance all 3 romanceable characters all the way to the top, and it like there's no penalty for it. So I mean it's a pretty straightforward thing.
Is there a reward for getting to the end? Like what?
Well, there's the reward of the romance itself.
Sure, I mean yes, and not to look a gift romance in the mouth or anything.
No.
I just didn't know if there's like a buff for.
I
like,
honestly
some sort
don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
You get a relic for each the first time you give nectar to any new god or goddess or whatever, that can change what you have going into a new run. But yeah, I don't remember if there's a specific reward for like maxing out the romance.
So weird that it makes me really happy that you're liking Hades 2. I don't know. I had some like weird like. Did you
think maybe I wasn't going? That would be disappointing.
That
right?
That you would just be like, oh, this is just more Hades. I don't need it.
Yeah, no, so, I absolutely need it.
Yeah, that really makes me happy.
There are this game introduces familiars, so you can travel with like a little animal buddy. And at first I was like, okay, this is kind of like fun and okay. But then I got to the point where I could upgrade the animal buddies. And so now they're giving me like extra special powers. And that rules. And I've been rolling around with this cat because the cat means I don't have to do fishing, the fishing mini game. He just catches them himself.
That's funny.
So that's great. But yeah, I just like I say, basically every time I turn it on, every run I do, I discover something new about how the game works.
That's really cool.
So loving that. All right, Mark, that's what we've been playing this week. Let's get into the new releases and what we might be playing next week.
Well, let's check in on Nintendo Music, because last week we recorded a little early, and it was before they had released a new soundtrack to the game. And so last week we got, to the app. So last week we got Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Both the GameCube and Switch versions are available on Nintendo Music. And they said that there'd be no update this week because it's a holiday in Japan on Tuesday today.
Right. So no music this week.
And then also last week on October 8th, last Wednesday, 3 games were added to the Super Nintendo Classics. Mario and Wario.
Cool.
This is the first time it's been released outside of Japan, and it requires mouse controls.
Yes.
And
Cannot be controlled with like regular controller, like Mark and his friends playing Mario Paint.
yeah, that's right. I don't know. Bold of you to assume I was playing it with friends, but I am not familiar with Mario and Wario.
Yeah, Mario and Wario is a game where Mario gets like a bucket put on top of his head, and then you have to like guide him around as this little fairy who is the cursor of like the mouse, and you can like tap his head to make him change direction, and you are like destroying blocks or like manipulating things in the environment, a little bit like a Mario versus Donkey Kong style game, but before all that.
And then also Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind.
Now, let us discuss, are these good puns? Do these puns work? Do you like that?
Do you think, I guess when this game was released, Close Encounters of the Third Kind was probably like 20 years old, so maybe
Close Encounters is 79?
Maybe
is that right? 78?
Yeah, so maybe it's less. Maybe, I don't know when Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. I like it. I'm coming down on the side of liking it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then also Fatal Fury Special.
Here's the thing: if Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind are about Bubsy being driven mad by the single experience he has with a UFO to the point where he leaves his wife and children to like run out to the desert and try and see these aliens again, and then get on a spaceship with them and fly away, then the pun works. And then Fatal Fury Special. So like a Fatal Fury game.
Yeah. So that's all stuff that happened last week. I haven't had a chance to check out Mario and Wario or anything like that.
No, me neither. But I'm excited to.
And then on today, Tuesday, October 14th, Just Dance 2026 releasing on Switch, and October 15th, tomorrow, the Street Fighter VI Sea Viper DLC character
Sea
is released.
Viper is coming to 6. One of the more like recent additions to the Street Fighter canon. And I say this now, that's a character who's been around for like 15 years, but she debuted in 4. So I anything after Street Fighter 3 to me is like the modern era of Street Fighter. And it's kind of cool to see them like bringing those characters back.
And then Ball Pit is released digitally on Switch tomorrow. This was in August Indie World Showcase. I think it's on PC and other platforms. It's like an action roguelike, kind of seems like Breakout mixed with a top-down shmup.
Yeah.
And they announced that the Switch 2 version is coming later, so this is just the Switch version.
Do we know if there's an upgrade path?
I do not know. And then on Thursday, October 16th...
Also, just because Mark said the name of the game is Ball Pit, but it is stylized as Ball X Pit. But I know it is just pronounced Ball Pit.
Right. And then on Thursday, Pokemon Legends EA is released on Switch and Switch 2. Plus, the Pokemon Legends EA Nintendo Switch 2 Edition bundle is also rolling out that day.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's like another SKU of Switch 2 is going to be out there in the wild on Thursday.
Like another bundle. I think you'll have the option of Mario Kart World or picking up this Pokemon Legends bundle. Yeah, really going all in on the bundles like we talked about before. I know that they said that the Mario Kart World bundle would be limited time, but they haven't, as far as I know, announced a end date for that or anything like that. So it seems like through the holiday season, you got options. Your like pick.
I currently have Pokemon Legends sitting on my my Switch. I had pre-ordered it, and I did so by using a voucher. So I will have to upgrade it still. But so it's sitting there. The thing about like using a voucher is like that's a voucher I bought probably like a year ago, right?
Right.
So it's like I'm getting the game for $10 at this point.
Yeah, it's spent money.
This version of me, Otherwise, it would have gone away.
Right.
Literally would have gone away. But it's crazy that Nintendo can be like, give me $100, and you're like, okay, here you go. Yeah. And it's like, if you don't think about me in a year,
I know
that's gone.
I know, and they don't make it especially easy to see how many vouchers you have.
They do not make
left.
it.
I mean,
very
they don't
easy.
like hide it, but you have to go a few levels.
You have to seek it out.
Yeah, you have to know. What is your excitement level for this Pokemon Legends game?
Medium. I honestly, have not been thinking about it. Usually in the lead up to like the release of a big Pokemon game, I feel like I've been more inundated with like marketing about it. And I know they have been marketing the heck out of this game. But for whatever reason, it's all just kind of missed me this cycle.
You liked what you played of Arceus, though,
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah.
But this game seems so different from
It
what
really
Arceus
does.
was
Yeah.
offering. It's kind of it's interesting to me that they've maintained the Legends label
Right.
when the game seems so
nothing
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just like the priority on exploring a city versus exploring like a vast wilderness. It does feel like a conceptually different beast. But yeah, I'm excited to check it out, get like a starter Pokemon going, and like helping people in a little city. It sounds nice. All right, so those are the new releases. Let's close this segment out. Which brings us to a regular segment on our show. It's time for 433 as Mark disappears into the other room. In 1952, American composer John Cage wrote a piece called 433, wherein a performer or a group of performers didn't play their instruments for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. He just got something out of the refrigerator, I think. For the purposes of this show, our instruments are talking about Nintendo. So for the duration of one performance of 433, Mark and I will talk about something not at all Nintendo related, thus fulfilling the contract of the piece. Mark, you have returned with cans.
Yes, that's right. So, Patrick, a few weeks ago, I talked about my cowardice, and that in the grocery store, I had encountered a new flavor of LaCroix that I'd never seen before called Sunshine, and I didn't have the gumption at the time to buy it, and I was kind of curious as to what it tasted like.
Right, because what could it reasonably be? There are like flowers on it.
Right, it looks like daisies or sunflowers or something. And
can I ask?
Yeah.
Is part of what like helped you build up the courage to actually buy this is that you've been on such a Mario Sunshine tear? like, are you buying these out of loyalty to the Pianta?
Yeah, no, that's interesting, and maybe subconsciously, but I think really what did it was that I was so curious, but I knew that if we tried it together, I would have the courage to go through with it. So yes, I have purchased the Sunshine LaCroix, and as far as I can tell, there's no like hint as to what this could possibly be, because it just says that it's naturally essenced.
Yeah, only ingredients, only carbonated water, naturally essenced.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
My initial thought is those Black Forest gummy bears.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let me
Black Forest.
It's like a brand.
As is usually the case for a stranger LaCroix flavor, it does just kind of taste vaguely candy-y.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cotton candy flavor.
I'm now showing Patrick the packaging for
that
Black
really
Forest gummy bears.
Anything for me.
Interesting. Yeah. I would say that it's.
There's something else in here too. Take another sip.
Okay.
Take like a nice like long, like let it really dance across your tongue.
Reminds me of Tropical Sprite. Do you remember that from the early 2000s? Where they had like Sprite remix.
Yeah.
Like Tropical Sprite.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
There's like a little bit of fruitiness to it. Yeah.
Now, okay. Maybe what I should have done is poured it into a glass without you seeing the cans, and then we would have tasted it.
Right.
And try to guess what the flavor is, because Sunshine, I don't think I would necessarily.
I don't think there's anything about this that says Sunshine to me.
We joke.
I don't feel swayed by the can. Do you?
We joked at the time that it was like the suicide of LaCroix. Like it
might be.
It was them pushing, like
all the buttons
at the same time and having it run off into a trough that went into a funnel that then went into these cans. And I think that is a reasonable approximation of what. I mean, no LaCroix tastes like anything. All LaCroix just kind of tastes it's naturally
I feel like lemon and
chemicals.
lime taste like lemon and lime.
Yeah. Would you drink it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this can.
No, but I mean after this, because I have a whole fridge full. So every time you come over for the next few weeks, it's possible that it'll still be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, Mark. We were accompanied today by the Berliner Philharmoniker. Let's get into the news.
So last week, over the course of a few days, Nintendo slowly rolled out a new short film from Nintendo Pictures Co. Limited. The piece was called Close to You, entirely animated, and initially premiered on Nintendo Today with no context.
None
just
whatsoever.
The title and then this video that you could watch.
Not even like anything approaching credits at the end of it. And in the initial presentation, it was just a baby and her mother, and the baby's left alone in the nursery because there's a knock at the door, and things just start like flying around the room.
Right. Objects like move by themselves, all that kind of stuff.
To include the baby's pacifier.
Yes, that's right. And it's just like a nice, I don't know, like 2.5 minute, 3 minute, whatever, animated video, no context. Internet is ablaze with speculation on what it is.
What is this? What could it be?
Is it viral marketing for the Super Mario Galaxy animated movie?
Because here's the thing. The baby looks a little bit like Rosalina.
Well, it's blonde.
It's blonde, and there's like a little like swoop in the middle of her forehead, and then like little bits of like points that go up. Also, that baby bottle that she has is like Rosalina colors.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was some heavy speculation that it's just like viral marketing for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And then some people also noticed that, if you zoomed in, you could see some objects moving in the background, and it seemed to feature some Pikmin themes. So Pikmin was another
early
guess.
Yes.
Was it another MEO situation? They were introducing a new Famicom Detective Club game,
which would imply that the baby is the murderer.
That's right, if you're following the pattern of the reveal of MEO from last year. And so that was Monday, and I actually feel, or maybe that was Tuesday, either way, it must have been Monday, because I felt good about the fact that we had recorded early, and we didn't have to speculate on Monday and then just have it be revealed on Tuesday what the correct answer was.
Right.
Because on Tuesday, they re-uploaded the video, and this time, still no context, but this time, when the objects were moving by themselves, you could see that it was Pikmin that were manipulating the objects.
Right. And the Pikmin are like, they're cute, and they're making little noises, which I did notice in the original like issue of this, which the video is called Close to You, in the initial version of it, that it did seem a little more silent than I would have expected. And in the second one, like that silence was filled with like little Pikmin noises. But yeah, so this was just a Pikmin thing.
Yeah, a Pikmin thing. And I didn't realize that Pikmin were canonically like invisible to the naked eye.
Yes.
Yeah, invisible to humans. And so anyways, it turned out it was Pikmin. And then finally, I think on Wednesday, they re-uploaded it again. Same video, except now it has a Nintendo Pictures title card.
Yes. And
they had like a little message saying Nintendo Pictures will continue to explore new creative possibilities through video content.
Right. So, and look, Nintendo does have a history of doing just like shorts with Pikmin, right? Like Miyamoto directed a series of them that were on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And then later made it over to YouTube. So, but like they explained what those were before they ever came out.
Right. Miyamoto was in like a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, he's
they
like,
were talking about.
I'm directing these short videos. It's like, oh, all right. And so, but did Miyamoto direct this?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would guess not. I mean, there was, we mentioned that people were guessing it was about Super Mario Galaxy. People were guessing that it was about Pikmin, which it turned out to be. Then there were also people speculating on Monday when the video first came out, just being like, hey, I bet this is just something that Nintendo Pictures was working on. Because Nintendo Pictures Co. Limited, if I remember correctly, Nintendo absorbed this company that primarily did
like cutscenes,
like motion capture and stuff for cutscenes, and then also worked on some anime, I believe.
I think that's right.
And so it's just interesting because currently they partner with Illumination on these Super Mario Brothers movies, and there's speculation that they're working on something with Donkey Kong related as well. But do you think that Nintendo is looking to do some like video production in-house?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously did do some video
Sorry, I
production
mean for
in-house here,
like bigger like commercial projects. Like we're gonna make our own animated series. We're gonna
right.
do this sort of thing.
Yeah, I
and
don't.
not have to farm it out.
I don't think so, because I do think they still need partners in that kind of stuff. Like, I think they, the Super Mario Brothers movie, in the form that it is, would not, like, the structure of that movie is an Illumination movie, right? Like, it looks and feels and sounds like an Illumination movie. It has Nintendo specifics in it, but it's not a Nintendo movie. It's an Illumination movie. And I think, yeah, they still definitely need like that grounding in the like international film business. That's not what they are. Um, would they ever be so bold as to be like, no, we got it?
I mean, forever is a long time,
Forever's
right?
a long time, yes.
But I do think you're right that this was probably like, I don't know, maybe their first attempt at something like this. It's not
Yeah.
like it turned out poorly or anything.
No, I mean, it's a cute video, and like the designs of the human characters are like pretty good. And like, I wouldn't expect them to be bad, I guess, but like, I was kind of surprised with how like expressive and just like the quality of all of the characters. That was really good.
In some ways, it reminded me of the Alarmo project. Like when there was the Ask the Developer about Alarmo,
Sure.
it kind of seemed to me that the product Alarmo is not that important to Nintendo. Like whatever it started out as, eventually it became Alarmo. But the most important part of it, seemingly for Nintendo's future, is to hear the developers talk about it, how closely the different disciplines worked together in a way that they hadn't worked previously. And then, yeah, the output is this Alarmo product that, Nintendo created. And I wonder if it's the same sort of thing here, where it's like,
Totally. It's a little bit of just like R&D and like keeping people busy and like active in making stuff. Whether that stuff can be, sold or not, as this thing could not be sold. Or if it could be sold but only in extremely limited numbers to big Nintendo dorks like you and me, in case of like Alarmo, that like it doesn't matter. They're keeping talented, industrious people busy and engaged in like making stuff that may be more valuable to them than not doing that.
right. And honestly, maybe it's like a super unsexy accounting thing where they're like, hey,
Yeah.
we spent all this money for this team to like learn and grow to make this short video. And if we release it on Nintendo today, we can call it marketing.
Yeah,
And
sure.
so we can like, it gets taxed differently
Totally.
than if we had just like kept it internally or something like that.
Yeah. It's a very interesting little like thing, and it's like why? Yeah, it's one of those what's going on at Nintendo that we will literally never know the answer.
Well, the other thing that for maybe it's just because the Wii looked so much like an Apple product, but I have always felt like Nintendo models itself in some ways after like the Apple of
Sure.
Steve Jobs. And I wonder if, the part of the purpose of Nintendo Pictures Co. Limited is, yes, we need partners today, but eventually we want to be able to do this stuff in-house. Like we want to have 100% control.
Yeah.
And so this is our like first baby step to building towards that someday.
It may also just be like a that they can make their own stuff alongside their partners too, right?
Also true, yeah.
Like, because when you think about Nintendo's game development, they make a lot of games, but they also have like partners. Like Intelligent Systems is not owned by Nintendo, right? Like,
right, or like Bandai Namco.
Absolutely, or even like HAL, right? Like these are all like companies that they have very close relationships with, and that they trust with their like premier IP. But are different companies making that stuff. So
yeah, that's true.
They may just want to be diversified in that way, and sometimes producing their own movies and sometimes not.
Hacking group Crimson Collective has claimed that they have breached Nintendo. We don't know what information exactly was accessed or what the Crimson Collective is seeking for this data, and Nintendo has not issued any comment on it at all. So, also, we don't know if it's true or not.
Right. It seems like probably is like they either they release some like screenshots of it's all kind of muddy to me.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I did see like people saying online, great source for stuff, that the screenshots showed that they got access to an AWS server that was related to the official website. So it wouldn't be anything major, but other than possibly unpublished web content.
Which maybe they get really far ahead on what they're going to publish
Yeah,
on the
maybe.
website.
But it's all, like you said, it's all just speculation right now. Nintendo hasn't commented at all. We don't know what's true. But seemingly coincidentally, you may recall Pokemon developer Game Freak was hacked last year in what was known as the Terra leak. Well, at the time, the like primary leaker said that they had more to show, but then kind of went quiet for a while. And now, seemingly timed to the release of this new Pokemon game, new leaks are showing up online, including info about leaked Pokemon games, including Generation 10 and 11, and a new Legends game, and a multi-region remake. But, how much of this is still true? Which parts of it have been canceled? What was true at some point but isn't any longer?
Yeah, well, and like some of the leaked information about Generation 10 conflicts with like other like rumors and stuff about Gen 10. So it's kind of like, who I don't put much stock in any of this other than to say a multi-region remake, pretty cool concept. Right?
What does that mean?
I think it means that they like would take some of the like first couple Pokemon games and just sort of like jam them together in like a new engine, so you could explore multiple regions.
Well, also, Pokemon Legends ZA has leaked entirely online already before the game's release.
Yeah,
So there's just a lot of this going around.
it's a leaky ship.
Leaky ship right now.
Sucks, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It will be interesting to see what comes of the Crimson Collective thing, if anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I that all of that kind of just like hacking and like attacks like that. All it really does is like they're just trying to extort them for like money or something, right? And I'm not saying that like it's more virtuous to like be getting the information to release it to an audience that feels entitled to information before it's ready to be presented. But like either way, it just sort of Nintendo's the victim of a nefarious group here.
We've asked about the genesis of the Switch 2 edition of Kirby and the Forgotten Land before. We were talking about this, like, why that and Super Mario Party Jamboree? It seems like a question shared by Japanese magazine Nintendo Dream, because in an interview with Nintendo producer Kei Ninamiya said, originally, we had thought it would be fun to expand the world even further, but we hadn't been able to put it into practice. Then the idea of the Nintendo Switch 2 came up, and we were delighted to launch the project. As we felt we could make use of its capabilities to expand the world in an appealing way. From there, we worked at a rapid pace to develop the game so that we could deliver the Kirby experience on the Switch 2 as quickly as possible.
Interesting little bit of like, oh yeah, we always wanted to expand the world, which like whatever you want to say about the Starcross Worlds DLC, does it expand the world?
I mean, it introduces some new character type things,
and there's like new paths through the same world. Yeah, it's just interesting that like it seems as though maybe they wanted to do something and then like got this opportunity with Switch 2, and then we're like, oh, quick, put something out as fast as you can.
That's the part that stands out to me, because I thought Starcross Worlds was totally fun enough, but it's pretty slight content. And so it makes sense to me that this would be a short development cycle.
Totally.
Short turnaround time.
And like very obviously driven by like, oh, we have an opportunity to do something here with Switch 2, and not like, yes, Kirby and the Forgotten Land needed DLC.
Right. Mina the Hollower, we talked about this a little bit earlier. The next game from Shovel Knight developer Yacht Club has been delayed off of its October 31st release date. No new date has been announced, but Club's blog is claiming that this is that the delay won't be a major one.
Yes, and they say in the blog that they're playing the game from start to finish every day. So like it is done, but they're just like tweaking stuff.
Yeah, Jason Schreier wasn't. So this news I think also came out on Monday, and then on Tuesday, Jason Schreier of Bloomberg posted a report where he went to Yacht Club's offices in Los Angeles and was able to kind of like talk to them about the delay and see the game and all that sort of stuff. And what he was talking about is like they are really focused on the polish from making like a good game into a great game.
Yeah.
And so they, according to the article, they were in the process of doing their like final playthroughs and then making a list of all the stuff they wanted to just like tweak. And it was sometimes little things. It was like, oh, we noticed that in this level there's like a special exit that takes you to this thing, but we didn't feel like it was like flagged well enough. Like it wasn't clear enough to users what it was. And so we just want to like tweak the color a little bit or make it a little clearer. So like you said, the game is done, but they're really focused on that like last polish. It also sounds like they're very exhausted, that they've been, like working on this for a long time.
Yeah.
And, they didn't, I have no idea what the, what their work culture is like. So I'm not going to say that they're crunching necessarily. But if you worked on any software projects like this, my guess is that they're putting in long hours, to pull this off, and that they were looking forward to having the game out the door, and it's just been delayed by a little bit.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because like in the modern era now, you could release a game and like know that you still have this like punch list of like stuff you want to get to fix within the first 30 days or whatever. But I wonder if like just because this has been such a like an autumn of like intensely high profile indie games like Silksong, like Hades 2, that they're just like, we can't not be perfect when we come out.
Right.
Because like Hades 2 has been like in the wild for like 18 months in early access. So like it's polished, right? It's hidden its a 1.0 version as like a clean, finished, I'm going to say perfect game. And like, can you put out Mina the Hollower next to that?
Yeah, and next to Silksong. Like, what a crazy fall for big indie games that have been highly anticipated.
Right. And Yooka-Rayleigh.
Putting in the work. Final Fantasy VII, 8, and 9 are getting physical releases on Switch this holiday season, years after they were released digitally on the platform.
Oh, yes.
On December 9th, a 2-game set of Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Twin Pack, and then the single game Final Fantasy IX will be released, each retailing for $40. And because they are Switch 1 games, the games are fully on the game carts themselves.
Yeah, so no game key card situation here. $40 is a lot for Final Fantasy IX. It's an okay price for 7 and 8 together.
Yeah.
And I just think it's interesting that like that's how they decided to bundle them.
I know.
Especially when like 8 is a remaster. Like they did some work on that game.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. No, it is interesting. Is Final Fantasy IX a bigger game significantly than like
8?
7 or 8? Yeah.
I mean, it might be. So both 8 and 9 are 4-disc games. And 7 is only 3. So
it's for babies.
It's for babies, and we shouldn't respect it. But yeah, so I mean, I genuinely don't know. Like, they're all small games by modern standards, right?
Right.
But yeah, very very interesting that that's how they chose to, and especially, I guess like every piece of this is a little bit strange because like Final Fantasy VII is Final Fantasy VII. You sell that thing by itself, right? You don't need to bundle it with anything. But also, but you wouldn't want to do 8 and 9 together. Maybe you would. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What would you do?
I guess I would do this. Honestly, it feels.
I feel like they're not going to sell any of those 9s. They're just going to sell the 7 and 8
I don't know.
package.
People love 9. There's something that would be so weird to me about them bundling 8 and 9 in that order. It's like you'd want to lead with 9,
yes,
and then be like, and also 8
and
is
also
here.
8 is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they're like 7 And also 8. Like, you can also get 8.
Yeah, but I just don't know.
Yeah. Finally, another difference for the Switch version of Super Mario Galaxy 2
We're counting them. There aren't that many.
has been discovered post-release. Well, Nintendo talked up some differences, and they mentioned Amiibo support. But what we didn't realize is the Toad that lets you share star bits between games, which was a feature of Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2.
Put them in a Toad bank.
Has been replaced with the Toad who tells you how to use Amiibo. And I've seen this little guy walking around on Spaceship Mario.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Yeah.
He's like right next to the letter carrier Toad. And he's always wanted me to use Amiibo, but I haven't pulled any of my Amiibo out of the drawer yet to satiate his appetite.
Do you have a Mario Amiibo?
No, but does it have to be? Can it just be any? I have a Wario and
I think that'll count.
Okay, yeah.
I think that'll work because the Mario series Amiibo I believe do something.
Oh, okay.
What was the name of the Amiibo robot in Super Mario Odyssey? Is it like Uncle Amiibo or something like that?
I don't remember at all.
Maybe I'm just thinking of Uncle Kong. I've not been able to stop thinking about Uncle Kong since we brought him up on last week's
it's
ranking.
I understand why we didn't include him in the rankings, but it's
I think that's
Kong.
the right choice.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't have 2 number 1s. All right, Mark, let's get out of the news. Okay, that is going to do it.
I'm sorry, just real quick.
Yes.
Since you brought him up.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Uncle Kong, I said that there was something like vaguely British about him.
And I said French.
You said French.
Right.
I think it's because he reminds me of the dad from the first Mary Poppins.
Because of the mustache.
And like the slick back hair. Well, he doesn't really have slick back hair.
Right.
He just has a receding hairline.
He's also arguing against women's rights to vote.
I don't think the dad in Mary Poppins is arguing against. I think he's just
not supportive of his wife.
He just has exactly. He's not even paying attention. He just has too much going on at the bank.
Right.
We don't need to relitigate
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
That's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Remember, if you are not in our Discord, you should email us. We'll send you an invitation. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8BitBetty. You can get more of his music by going to 8BitBetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Eller saying thank you for listening.